Now, the Nio President just got interviewed by Biz Focus, and the tariffs were one of the main topics which were discussed there. And one thing that he said, as per this video, which I'll play for you just now, he indicated or mentioned that in the long term tariffs will fade away, but for now they might be there and Nio might still find ways to thrive, which is something that is pretty exciting. He mentioned that what is important to Nio is two things, which maybe before I tell you, let's go through this video and then we'll come back to this or some of these things that is discussing on this video.
I don't think the tariff will be there forever, but you have to live with it. What is very important for us are two things. One is the branding and the reputation. For example, we don't cut off our employees thoroughly. In European countries, we have over 1,000 employees in those 5 countries. Comparing to the labor cost of China, that's a big deal for us. And second important thing is that we need to build up the user experience and get higher satisfaction rates. To wait for in several years maybe, when we want to accelerate again, our momentum will be there.
I mean, he mentioned that one of the most important thing is branding and reputation, where he was talking about that they really care about their brand in a way that even when it comes to jobs, when they cut jobs, they don't really cut completely. Of which he mentioned that in Europe they've cut over 1,000 employees. They will still keep those employees because they care also about their reputation, right? So the second thing that he mentioned is the user experience, which will lead to more satisfaction rate, which that in the future will lead into Nio sales continuing to grow. If customers are satisfied with the product, this will develop or will make customers to continuously use and support the Nio cars. So this is what Nio is about: branding and reputation and customer experience. These are the two things which the president of Nio was emphasizing or was talking about today during this interview from Biz Focus. So this is very important, and to know that the president can come and still be confident, still say these kind of things amongst this tariff increase. It shows you that Nio's got a plan, man. We might not know everything which they are doing, the kind of plans they have in place, but Nio wants to continue, wants to see themselves doing well in Europe, and I think they will do whatever it takes to make sure that they're generating some good sales in Europe, and those sales are generating them good gross margins. That's where Nio is going to go, or that's where Nio is going to Europe. Abu Dhabi, we spoke about the factory that Nio might build there, which will be able to give them access to the US market. I won't touch base again on that, but you can see that Nio has got a plan. Nio is not just doing these things. Nio is not just going to penetrate countries. They know about this tariff increase. In fact, when this tariff increase came out, I mean, the CEO of Nio came out and said that there won't be any final decision being made on these tariffs until November of this year. And so many people were like, this is finalized, this is done, 20.8% is coming to Nio. And even with those votes concluded last week from countries voting, a majority of the countries voting in support of the tariff increase, there's still going to be talks to be conducted. There's still going to be back and forth from China and Europe trying to find a solid ground, which is what, in fact, some of the countries in Europe want, which is what some of the big automakers in Europe want, which like I said, it's pretty good, it's pretty decent. It's amazing to see what can unfold, and over and above this, it's amazing to just see that Nio has got a plan. Nio will win at the end of the day. I mean, the president of Nio did say that in the future or in the long term, the tariffs will fade away, will go away, which is something that, of course, that will be so amazing for EV stocks like Nio, because it will make them to be able to generate some good gross margins also outside of China, because let's face it, because of this tariff increase, shipping costs, Nio cars become so expensive in Europe in a way that so many people cannot really afford these cars, which is why the Nio CEO was smart enough and they introduced two sub-brands, namely Onvo and Firefly, which Onvo, the CEO of Nio, has told us that even with this tariff increase, that model will still do very well. So these plans that Nio has of also bringing sub-brands, regardless of some of the things that we might see happening, Nio at the end of the day will win, and Nio will succeed. Nio will find ways. If they have not found a way onto certain issues, onto certain challenges, they will find a way. I trust Nio. I know they will make it, and I know blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Right now, there might not be any light in the US market or Nio penetrating the US market, but I tell you, Nio is going to sell cars in the US. You are going to see that happen, which is something that is pretty exciting, something we look forward to. Yes, for now we might not need the US market, or based on Nio's performance in China, we might not need Nio's performance, but for growth, massive growth, we do need all these markets that will help Nio grow so much in a way that, of course, they become that top 5 company that is selling most EVs globally. So we look forward. The blue sky is coming. Tell me what you think about this video coming from the president of Nio, highlighting the two of the most important things, which are branding and reputation, and also user experience, which is something that, as it stands, the user experience, me and you can agree that, especially also after sales services which Nio is providing, it makes it so easier for the users to remain with Nio, because there are things like battery swapping stations, there are things like Nio lifestyle, which allows those users to go and utilize Nio houses for their meetings. There's so much benefits that comes with being part of the Nio community, which that will make the user experience to be much better. And this is important, and this is why Nio will win, because not many car companies are doing this. Not many car companies will give you a space, will give you a mobile car wash, will send a mobile car wash to your home to wash your car. They don't do that. I mean, this car is a VW, but VW never sends a mobile car wash to come and wash my car. So tell me what you think about this. I think these are good news. These are bullish news. Once again, we get a reminder from the Nio president on what Nio is all about, which is absolutely amazing, incredible. And I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. Do your own duty before you buy Nio for the very first time. Nio is a stock that is quite volatile, and therefore it requires you to do some due diligence, so at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.